Welcome, guys, to my NFL Week 5 recap. We had last night's Monday night game, so let's go on to what was Week 5 of the NFL. We start off with the Thursday night game with the Commanders, who were at home against the 0-4 at the time, 0-4 Bears team. And again, it was an okay game. Also, want to give my condolences to Dick Butkus, who passed away a few hours before the Thursday night game. So my condolences to Dick Butkus. He was a legend in Chicago, an icon in pop culture, and just a legend all around the world. Like, you want to look at guys that were defensively uh, great. Dick Butkus, a legend, and sadly missed. But the Bears got the job done, 40-20. The spirit of Dick Butkus got the Bears over the line, 40-20, and you had again a good win for the Bears. Again, you had a couple of sort of things like the Commanders. They went for a field goal instead of going for a touchdown. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is Ron Rivera doing? Again, this is why I said in my preview video before the season started, Ron Rivera should be fired. Because again, here you have the Commanders, a 61-year head coach. Again, he's past his best. Again, he isn't the guy to take this Commanders team forward. And it shows there, you want to go for a field goal instead of going for a touchdown. When you're trailing to a Bears team that fucking, again, they tackle Bears football in the defensive side of the ball after halftime. They actually fucking fucked it up nearly, but the Bears won 40-20 and got the job done. Then we had the Giants versus the Bills, 25-20. It was one of those like London games. 25-20. Trevor Lawrence threw for 25 out of 32, 315 yards, one touchdown. Josh Allen, 27 throws, 27 to 40 throws, 359 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. Then we had the Saints versus the Patriots, and I've got to say here, 34-0. Bill Belichick's second heaviest defeat. And again, I love Bill Belichick, even though I'm a Lions fan. I've grown up with Bill Belichick being in New England, the hoodie, no pun intended, but the hoodie, all of that. But there comes to a point when you're New England, you have to move on from Belichick. Because again, he's the GM and the head coach, and him as the GM, as I said before, has fucked up this team massively. In the draft a number of years, like taking draft picks way too early that are not good enough or don't fit the system. Like, you look at this year's draft, like, you go for defensive minded players. Okay, I do rate the Christian Gonzalez draft pick, because again, I wanted him in Detroit, but apart from that, you really want to go defensive heavily in the league when everybody in the league is offensive. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you want to go heavily defensive when you've got a young quarterback in Mac Jones that needs the help. You look at this shit he's got, like Stevenson and all these other guys that are not good enough, that need to be moved on. He needs, again, you lost Jacoby Meyer as well this past summer. You need some weapons and people on that offensive line to help Mac Jones, not defensive-minded players. And this is why Bill Belichick, he's not going to give that GM role, but he needs to step away. This has to be his 24th and final season, and you move away from him, and then in 2024 you get somebody like Eric Bieniemy, or you get Ben Johnson or whoever, and then you rebuild this Patriots team. Because if he stays too long, you'll have the fan base in New England and saying, "Oh my God, he's stayed too long," and they're going to turn on him, and he's a legend. First ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. 6 Super Bowls, 9 Super Bowl appearances, and won 6 out of the 9. Again, Bill, it's time to give it up. Be at home, rest, do fishing or whatever the hell you want to do, but it's time to give it up for New England. Then we had the Texans versus the Falcons, 19-21. to the Falcons. I am really liking this Texans team. They were really unlucky to really actually lose this game, but the Falcons got the win 19-21, and now they're 3-2. CJ Stroud had 20 out of 35 throws, 249 yards, 1 touchdown. Pierce had 20 carries of 66 yards. Desmond Ridder 28 out of 37 throws, 329 yards, 1 touchdown. And the Falcons got the job done. Then we have the Panthers versus the Lions. I talked about that in depth, 24-42. We had obviously the Colts and Titans versus the Colts, and the Colts got the job done. Then we had the Giants versus Dolphins, 16-37, and again 4-1 now. 4-1 Dolphins. What a great start! First time since 2003 that they're now 4-1. 20 years. First time in 20 years that they've been a 4-1 team. Great stuff. Then we have the Ravens versus the Steelers, a division game. Again, I keep saying this every week. Again, Mike Tomlin, please fire Matt Canada, because he's not going to help Kenny Pickett be the guy. If you think Kenny Pickett's the guy, Matt Canada and his offensive mindset isn't going to help Kenny Pickett develop as a quarterback, and you need to drop him. You need to fire his ass and send him back, because he is not going to be. He's not going to help Kenny Pickett. I'm sorry. This is Kenny's second year. You need to really. He's a second year full starter now. You need to see what you have with Kenny Pickett. So then in 2024 you can, especially when the trade comes up in a few weeks, you can actually help and see what you need on the offensive side of the ball and stuff like that. But with Matt Canada being the offensive coordinator, he's going to ruin Kenny Pickett's career, and it's not going to help his career. But anyway, the Steelers got the job done 10-17. Then we had the Titans Colts, like I said, 16-23 to the Colts. No, Anthony Richardson didn't play in this game. He had a concussion. Well, he did play the game, but he got a concussion again. A bit concerning there. I'm a big Anthony Richardson fan, so I'm hoping that he's okay. Then we had the Eagles versus the Rams. Going into this, the Eagles were 4-0. Rams were 2-2. The Eagles got the job done 23-14, and now they're 5-0 now for the first time in consecutive years that they're 5-0. Stafford had 21 out of 37 throws, 227 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts had 25 out of 38 throws, 303 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then we had the Chiefs versus the Vikings, 27-20. Chiefs. It was just a 7-point game really, but the Chiefs got their job done 27-20. Again, when you're a team like the Chiefs that have been become Super Bowl champions twice out of your 2-time Super Bowl champions, especially in the last 4 years, you have some of these games where you kind of have a drop off and you're not the best, but you get the job done ultimately, and they did in this game, 27-20. Again, Travis Kelce didn't look good in the game. Again, he's probably thinking about Taylor Swift and all this fucking bullshit I don't want to hear about. But whatever. Then we had the Jets versus the Broncos. And again, I saw last night that Russell Wilson's going primetime with Patrick Mahomes. So good luck, Russell Wilson. Good luck, Vance Joseph with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tony, Pacino, and all these other fucking guys in the Chiefs are going to destroy that defensive line, because again, who's the defensive coordinator in fucking Denver? Vance Joseph. Yeah, the Jets get the win 31-21. Then we had the Bengals, who were again coming into this game were 1-3. They needed to win this game, 34-20 against the Cardinals. Joe Burrow had a really good game, probably one of his best games of the season here. 36 out of 47 throws, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns. This game here reminded me of kind of the old Burrow from last season, where he got his shit together in the final. I think I'm hoping that he's got his shit together, but he looked good late Sunday. And then we had the Cowboys versus the 49ers. This was the primetime game for Sunday night. The Cowboys lost 10-42 to the 49ers. And again, you've got to say here that 49ers are Super Bowl contenders. Just Brock Purdy is like 13-0, 10, or is it 12, 13-0 as a starter in the NFL. 7th round pick. I was saying that I wasn't having much hope for the 49ers this year, but they've kind of proven me wrong here. 5-0, beating the Cowboys team that again they've had a good start themselves, 3-1 going into this game. Is Dak Prescott really the right guy for the Cowboys? Is he championship worthy, Cowboys fans? We've got to think now, is he really the guy? You know, you bring in Trey Lance, do you want to give him a couple games? Because again, every time you get to these big games, it's like, oh, sorry, that's just Dak Prescott choking on every fucking thing, every big kind of game he has, the playoffs, or it's a big primetime game. But yeah, the 49ers get the job done. Then we go to the Monday night game. It's the Packers versus the Raiders. And again, NFL, what the fuck are you doing? Again, I've got to say, the TV, the people on the TV that actually schedule these NFL games, who had the fucking bright idea to have the Packers and the Raiders on primetime TV? I know we're in Vegas and it's a big city, I understand that. But what the fuck are you bringing these two dumpster fires of a fucking team this season, the Packers and the fucking Raiders? Packers were 2-2, and going into this game, the Raiders were 3-1. Again, this team, again, you look at, again, the Packers are poor on the run. When they're a running scheme team, they're poor on the run. This Raiders team with Josh McDaniels, you got a head coach way over his head that should be fucking fired. The Packers actually did 3 turnovers in this game. The game finished 13-17 to the Raiders. Jordan Love didn't have one of his best games again. You're thinking that he should have started 2021, 2022. He should be starting 2020. You can really see that since he's been sitting behind Rodgers, he hasn't been getting those reps. He's just been training. He needed those reps straight away, and you really can see in these games that he is way behind as a quarterback. He isn't up to speed to the NFL level. But 60-30 throws, 172 yards. Jacobs had like 20 carries, 69 yards, and then a touchdown. He had a good game. And that is my NFL Week 5 recap. I will leave. Peace.